Alright, so at the end of the last video, we had the actor being controlled by the key presses, and that works. But now we have another actor that here we go. I'll just delete this guy, and then duplicate this guy. So now we have a second actor. Actor 0.001, we're going to name him actor 2. So now, he's just sitting there, and he can't be switched to. We just have control of this one actor. So, in the keyboard sensor, we're going to hook up a keyboard sensor. In the keyboard controller, we're going to hook up a keyboard sensor named Q and set it to the Q key. This act list will be important later for a lot of other actions besides actor swap, but for now we're just going to set up Q. I'm going to duplicate this and name it act press. Okay, and then change this to A. So now for sensors in A list, if a sensor is positive, act press.append the sensor's name. So we're building another list that's the action keys. And then own target act press. But for now we're going to want to set it to a string just to debug and make sure it's working. Oh. There we go. So now when I press Q, you see in the actor the property act is changing to Q. Let me turn my mouse cursor on. There we go. So right down here, see the property act is Q. When I press it, and then when I release it, it goes away. So now, in the actor controller, if Q in own act end equals own dot world position plus own dot world orientation dot column 1. This is the y-axis of the actor. This is his world position plus his y-axis times 4. So now we've made a point in space, and that point in space is out 4 units on this actor's y-axis. Ray equals own.cast ray, or own.raycast, sorry. And then start equals own.world position. This is where a ray is going to be cast from. So that's the center of this actor out 4 units. And the property we're going to be looking for is actor. And 0, 0, 0. This is to do with how the normal is returned for the hit normal. This is how to, if it's an X-ray or not. If this was checked X-ray to 1, then you could detect an actor through a wall. We don't want that, so we want it to be 0. And this is return polyproxy data. We don't need that. That's for other stuff. So we set these all 3 to 0. So we're going to do bge.render.draw line and start, and we'll make the ray itself blue. That's what this is a color vector. So now when I press Q, we should see a ray, and there we go. So that draw line is showing where the ray is going to be. And right now it doesn't do anything other than draw a line. but we can do if ray 0. So ray 0 is the hit object. If ray 0 is none, then this will fail. So that means you didn't hit something. So we're going to take this and put it here and change this to 1. So if it hits an object, it's going to make the ray red. Or no, we'll do this. If it doesn't hit an object, it'll be red. If it does, it'll be blue. So it's red because it's not hitting something. Ooh. Oh, I have to add the property actor. Got to add it to this guy too for later. So now, see how it's blue? Red, we're not hitting a guy. We are hitting a guy. So something that I can set up in the other scene target controller so now this is going to put the property kController into the target, and kController is this game object. It's saying, hey, here's me. So now this is getting stored inside of the actor. Own kController target equals ray 0. So ray 0 kController equals own kController. So now when I press Q and I hit that guy, I should switch to him. Yeah, so now I'm controlling that guy. But one problem we have is that this value on act equals won't blank out, so we have to blank it out for it. So now I switch to this guy, and I can switch back. So there's actor swap. All right, but we're going to need to add a few things to make it so that this doesn't happen. See, I'm switching to that guy and switching back in the same instant, because things happen real fast with computers, so we need some timers. So I'm going to add timer integer to both the actors, and own timer equals 0. Own time I know it's kind of confusing to have the property timer and time, but this is for controlling if the script is running, and this is to control if you're ready to do an action. So it's useful. So we can do property timer is greater than 0. Timer add -1. So now when we switch to this guy, it's going to set his value of timer to 30, and then it'll drop down to 0, and then he'll be ready to try and select another actor. Looks like we're hitting a throwing an error there. Line 9. I forgot to do and. There we go. So now I should switch this guy, and then it's going to take 30 units of time before he can cast a ray again. So I forgot to add the logic for his timer. So we could just go copy logic bricks. So now he gets the time logic. So now I selected him. So now we can't have this actor select that actor and this one select them back in the same frame. So there's actor swap fully functioning. So we could switch which object we're controlling, and then this script that's being ran inside the actor controller, you could have a different script here like vehicle controller or drone controller or whatever. So when you swap to the object, the control scheme could be totally different. So there's actor swap. The ray hits him and then feeds him to the controller as the target. So right now, this object's property target is this guy. Now it's that guy. So there's that.